All right, I'm gonna get right into this. So Summer Games Fest, Giant Bomb had their event back in June. This was a photo shared by Emma Fife, who works for Fandom and does a bunch of stuff. These are the people that helped out with Giant Bomb's event, and you can see that Ben Goddard was hired to work there. Ben Goddard, for those of you that don't know, used to work for Movie Trivia Schmoedown until he stopped. In early 2022, several women came forward to say that Ben Goddard misused his power for sexual relationships. And obviously, he had to get fired. And now he's finding work again, which he shouldn't. Any grown man that is out here doing stuff like that, abusing their power for situations like that, should never work in this industry again. Let's be real. It's 2022. Ben is a grown ass man, seeing all of these men getting fired, getting called out for just harsh stuff they're doing behind the scenes. Ben saw all these guys and went, that won't happen to me. And it happened to him because he's a piece of shit. But yet he's getting work over so many people. So many people have been getting laid off, struggling to find work. And they're not going to be happy to see that someone like Ben is just casually getting work over them. Now, all of those people that I showed, all of them have friends who are laid off, whatever, struggling to find work. They could have done that job. You could have easily gotten anyone else to do that job instead of Ben. But instead they got Ben. They're trying to defend their friend. Ben's a good person, right? And like I said, they have a lot of friends who have been laid off, trying to find work and whatever. So I want all of those people to explain. I want all of them to explain to their friends why Ben had to get work over them. Why someone who was fired for being a piece of shit, just let's give them work over all these good people. There's too many people in Los Angeles, not enough jobs. Let's be real. Ben posted, another one in the books. So this means that he has worked with Fandom, GameSpot, and Giant Bomb in the past. So let's say he was hired last year to do last year's event. For those of you that don't know, Movie Trivia Schmoedown actually ended in October of 2022. You know what else ended in October 2022, unfortunately? G4. So Fandom had all these good people from G4, all these good people from Schmoedown that they could have picked to work for them, yet they chose to give an shitty abuser another job, right? This happens everywhere. This isn't just the entertainment. This happens so many places. I hate it, and I hate it. And Ben tweeted about, I'm getting therapy and whatnot. I'm here to tell you, Ben Goddard did not get therapy. Ben Goddard is basically a shitty pop punk musician without the band. Let me explain. I work in music. I've dealt with variants of Ben Goddard for 20 years. They get called out for doing something shitty on tour. I'm gonna get therapy. I'm gonna get therapy. They didn't get therapy. They don't show proof of therapy. If they do get therapy, it goes through one ear and out the other. They're getting that paper or whatever just so they can go back on the road. They don't give a shit about the women that they hurt. They're getting their therapy just so they can go back on the road and do that shit again. And like I said, the thing that sucks a lot with this Ben situation is that he has friends that are defending him, right? Easily, because first off, I found out about Ben last year. I knew nothing about Ben. There's someone that wanted to kick Ben's head off. A lot of people want to kick Ben's head off, let's be real, for what he did to their friends. Okay? Ben Goddard basically, misused his power. At one point, he joked about drugging someone to drink. At one point, he basically was like, I got you nudes and everything, being a piece of shit. And it's really gross to see people like that here. But anyway, I was notified about Ben last year through someone that fucking hates his guts. I'm not going to say who, because if that person wants to, they say they see Ben in public and they want to, hey, fuck you. It's like, hey, Ben did that to himself. But the fact that this guy is getting work over the ever-growing sea of people that have been laid off in Los Angeles speaks volumes. Like I said, Ben has friends who are defending him. Oh, because when I found out about all this stuff, in my mind, when I hear about him doing streams and podcasts, in my mind, those people are saying, fuck those bitches, let's stream. Right? They didn't care about any of those women that he hurt. They don't care about they don't care about Schmoedown and the company that he fucked over. Right? And it's bad. Because let me tell you something right now. I don't know those women. I don't know who they know. Los Angeles is a town where you don't know who knows who. And if someone higher up sees you streaming with someone that abused their friend or abused their friend's daughter and whatnot, and they see that, they're not going to go, hey, you're doing a podcast with someone that's like, he did. They're going to go, okay, fuck you. They're going to go, fuck you, you don't get this job. Oh, you're in an improv group? They don't get fucking work either because they support him too. Okay? Or I can't book you for my comedy gigs because your friends stream with someone that hurt my friend's daughter, that sat there and joked about drugging her drink. I cannot have you at my shows because your shitty friends are going to be there. Ben might be there. I can't do that. So all these people that are out here hanging out with Ben, doing their streams and their podcasts, like, oh, Ben's a good guy. They're fucking their friends over. You're putting a lot of people at risk to defend a shitty abuser. Ben Goddard is an abuser. He's an abuser. All dudes that do shitty things like that are abusers. And the fact that he is getting opportunities to fuck up even more. Now, I think it'd be really messed up if I posted about this and more women came forward with stories about them. It's terrible. Now, him finding work is this can go either two ways. One, there are people that worked at Fandom that know that Ben was fired for being a piece of shit. They don't care. They're trying to get him work over people that have been laid off, which is great. That's one situation. Another situation, which I doubt it, but it could happen, is there are people that do know Ben was fired, yeah, but he basically lied about being fired. Because like I said, Schmoedown ended like October of 2022. Ben could have easily have said, oh yeah, I left with them in October. Because a lot of people don't know that Ben Goddard was fired for hurting multiple women, for abusing his power. And it's gross. It's very sickening to see people just again, they see you streaming. It's like, okay, you don't get this job. You applying for my job? He did this to my daughter, fuck you. That's end of story. There is no, let me explain. I'm telling this right now. There's no way that anyone that has been openly supporting Ben, they cannot explain to the people that have been laid off, people that have been struggling to find work and doing anything, just trying to make it. They're not going to hear that and go, you know what, Ben, you were fired. You misused your power to hurt multiple women. I was laid off. have like $1,000 in my savings account. Not sure what my next check is gonna be. It's tough, but you know what? You deserve a second chance. No, they're not gonna say it. They're gonna punch Ben in his fucking mouth. They're gonna punch whoever hired him in their fucking mouth. Okay, there's Los Angeles. Like I said, there's so many people living here, not enough jobs. There is no room to fuck up here. If you want to use your power to hurt women, get the fuck out. I'm not saying that Ben can't find work, but he can't like work in the industry. I mean, Ben could do like, he could be an Uber driver, Uber Eats, work in a warehouse, and whatever. And shout out to those people that are doing that on their way up, because so many people that are doing that, they want to be an actor, they're trying to do this, and they're good people. They're just trying to make it. Good for them. While those people are doing those jobs while they're on the come up, Ben's gonna be doing those jobs because he's on the come down. He fucked up. There's no room for people like Ben. And the fact of the matter is, those people that hired Ben, they should go too. Because what happens is when you don't get rid of those people, they'll just go, oh, well, they'll just try to carry him to the next job they get. By openly going, hey, I like this is, Ben's my friend. People in the industry are seeing that going, fuck you. You did shitty things to a bunch of women. You don't get this job. And your friends don't get that job. You fuck over your friends because you want to defend this piece of shit. And I know there's going to be some people, more likely the incels, because that's his crowd, the incels. When they heard all of that, the bitches be lying crowd, right? They were trying to defend him and whatnot. And there'll be some people that will hear this and go, you know what, Ben Goddard, Ben's learning, he's growing, deserves a second chance. And I'm like, cool, so he deserves a second chance over you if you're both applying for a job. The answer's going to be no. They're not going to be like, they're like, no, fuck that guy. That's how it is. Ben Goddard does not deserve another opportunity in this town. There's so many good people, so many of my friends here. We have mutuals that are like struggling to find work. And it's not good. Like I said, a lot of people don't know that Ben was fired for doing all this stuff. And one point that someone made was that, Ben, there was someone at Schmoedown. There was someone from Schmoedown who, wound up dating a fan. And that's sort of like a, content creator, whatever fan thing could be kind of but there was someone who dated a fan and it was healthy. It was like, hey, I like you too, and it was healthy. Randy Orton married a fan. Someone who had like Randy Orton posters on her wall kept seeing him, and it wound up just like, hey, and they've been married ever since, and it's great. This is a grown-ass man who abused his power to hurt women. End of story. There is no, and that can happen with a lot of these content creator types and whatnot. They abuse their power to fuck people over, to fuck women over, and it's gross. And people like that, again, there should never be a second chance for people like that. There are too many people. There are people still coming to Los Angeles despite seeing all of these shutdowns, despite seeing people just moving out of Los Angeles back to wherever. They're still coming here because they want to be part of the chaos. They want to be part of all this stuff. So you can't just have this Ben guy getting work, taking work from all these good people. It kind of leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth, because for all the people that are being laid off, you're basically fandom. Here's the thing: Fandom, GameSpot, Giant Bomb, they could all go fuck themselves for having this guy around. It leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth, because people are going to see this and go, cool, in order for me to get work in Los Angeles, I need to be a piece of shit. Because you have so many people that are just laid off, not enough jobs, and this guy gets work. It's like, cool, I have to hit someone or I have to do this or do that in order to get work. Because then they'll just, oh man, let's give him another chance. It's like, no. Ben Goddard is a piece of shit, and the people that have been hanging out with him, doing all stuff, they fucked all their friends over. I know, because I had to have those conversations with certain people that are like, I don't want to work with this person because this is who they're streaming with and whatever. It's like, hey, cool. There's so many, again, if you are friends with these people, you need to have a fucking talk with them. Like, why the fuck are you hanging out with this guy? Why the fuck are you, why did you insist that he gets this job over this person or that person? Too many people struggling to find work, and pieces of shit like Ben Goddard are just getting fuck that shit. Anybody doesn't like what I said, if you're mad, fuck you. Okay? That could be you. That could be your friend. That could be your relatives. That could happen to anyone. Sitting there trying to find work just to hear that, this company hired this piece of shit who was fired 5 months ago for assaulting someone at work or stealing money or whatever. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a CEO. It doesn't matter if you're a producer. It doesn't matter if you're a door person, a cook, a janitor. If you misuse your power, whatever little power you have, whatever big power, if you misuse your power to do shitty things like Ben, you don't deserve to fucking be here anymore. There are too many good people that are just, that aren't shitty. You're not going to be able to explain this situation to people that have been trying to find work. They're going to hear Ben was fired, being a piece of shit to multiple women, and he's getting work over everyone. That's what they're going to hear. They're not going to hear, he's no, fuck his learning, fuck whoever, if he's getting therapy, fuck that. He fucked over his job. Fuck him. Fuck you for hiring him. It's gross. It's unacceptable. Again, a lot of those people who don't know that Ben, and this is another thing that it's weird. What if one of those people, if they find out Ben is a producer or whatever, and they're like, oh man, I need a producer for something and whatnot. So they hire Ben. Ben gets to the office, Ben gets to the whatever, and there's someone there who was like, hey yo, Ben did this to my friend. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Like, Ben put himself in such a bad scenario where that could happen. It's like, hey, he did this to my friend when he was working for Schmoedown. I'm gonna knock his head off, get rid of him, and they gotta fire Ben. That's like, I know several people that will never work with Ben. That's life. It's like, hey, you did something shitty, fuck you, get out of here. I don't want to work with you. It's going to make people uncomfortable. I don't want a backlash for it. Like I said, the whole he changed his username everywhere so that people don't know it's him. Twitch TV Strider with a 3. It was the Ben Goddard until he was getting so much shit for being a fucking asshole. Alright? He changed it so that, people don't know it's him. It's like, you know what? You're a piece of shit. Like I said, Ben has to go because it's not cool that someone like that is out here getting work over people that I know, the ever-growing people that are losing jobs and whatnot. People that knew Ben was fired, they gotta go. Because it's like, nah, you have to understand, you cannot sit here and just have this piece of shit around. You cannot sit here and knowing that he can't get work, he can't really, because there's so many people in that industry that know about Ben, and it's like, I don't work with him. Now, the only way that Ben could get something is through his friends that are like, I gotta defend. It's like, no, you don't. I've worked with so many bands where someone gets called out for this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, because that makes me look bad, right? And at the end of the day, you have to look at, if you're hanging out with someone that hurt multiple people, that, was fired for misusing his power and whatnot, you gotta look bad. It's defend our friends to the end bullshit. doesn't lead anywhere. It winds up you just wind up hurting a lot more people than you expect. You wind up hurting your friends who are also trying to find work. It's a mess, and I hate that shit. I'm gonna be real. You are not allowed to say I believe women. Let's be real. If you're gonna sit here and fucking hang out with Ben, you cannot say I believe women. Multiple women came forward and said this guy fucking misused his power for being a piece of shit. Joking about putting roofies in someone's drink. You cannot say I believe women and then hang out with Ben, someone who was fired for hurting all these women for misusing his power. That's like saying Black Lives Matter and then you're hanging out with David Duke for dinner. Like, come on. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. It costs $0 to not hang out with a shitty fucking person like Ben Goddard. But when you do, it can cost you everything. That's it. I'm not promoting anything. Stop fucking hanging out with abusers. I apologize to the women that, been hurt. Obviously, these companies don't give a shit about you. Because they rather, let's get our friend Ben to here. I apologize to the people that have been laid off. I'm sorry that this happens all the time. So many good people are just sitting there not finding work because this person wants to bring their shitty abuser friend here. Or they want to give this asshole another chance. It's like, no. You fuck up once here. You do something like that, where you're misusing your power for that, you gotta go. Like, no, none of us have time for that shit. And yeah. Hope, like I said, job security is not strong. Job security. Hell, the people at Fandom or whoever, GameSpot, they could get laid off at the San Diego Comic-Con party this week. They could get laid off. Because that's just how it is. It's that terrible. It's that shitty. It's, I've gone through it recently, job security. It's not fun. So, if you're struggling to find work, I'm sorry that these companies don't care about you. They're rather, it's like for you to be prioritized, you have to use your power to hurt women, or you have to, do all those other shitty things. That seems to be the cool trend. Okay, just giving these shit stains another opportunity when they shouldn't. Okay? Like I said, Ben, you can't be here anymore. Ben, no one wants, no. It's, again, you could be an Uber driver, you could do Uber Eats, you could do whatever. But as far as like having a spot in this industry, you gotta get the fuck out. Because like I said, what if he runs into someone that's like, hey, fuck you. You did this to my friend, get the fuck out. Because let me tell you something right now. Even though the women that called him out, even though if they were like, hey, you know what, Ben, what you did was shitty. I hope you learn from your mistakes. I'm telling you right now, men will never forget. like their male friends, their brothers, fathers, whoever, will always want to give Ben the beats. If they see him, they're like, oh, my fist accidentally hit your face, sorry. That's just how it is. Men, we will always want to beat someone's ass that hurt our friends that way. So Ben puts himself in that scenario too, where, hey, this guy fucked around with my friend. What's good? That's why I don't do shitty things. That's why I don't hang out with shitty people like Ben Goddard, because you fuck your friends over. Now a lot of your friends can't find work because of you. Because it's like, hey, no, you're doing a podcast with this person. Your friend's doing a podcast with this person. I don't feel comfortable. Fuck you. They could do that. There's nothing stopping people from not booking or not working with your friends. There is nothing stopping anyone in this town from not working with you or whatever, because there is nothing stopping anyone from going, I don't want to work with you because your friend hangs out with this guy. Fuck you. Even people that don't know the women that been hurt know the situation, and they're friends with people at Schmoedown, will see this and go, I don't want to fucking work with you. I don't want to work with your friends because they probably like him too. He's a piece of shit. Fuck him. So yeah, that's it. Again, I'm rambling a bit because I'm fucking angry. This is just very. Let me tell you something right now. If Ben had done that to my daughter, he wouldn't be here anymore. You can take that whatever fucking way you want. That piece of shit would not be here anymore. He had done that to my daughter. Okay? It's fucked up. You'll see me in his kitchen. He'll open the door. He'll see me in his kitchen. He come from work. That's it. That's the last thing he's gonna fucking see. Alright? I don't have time for that. There are a lot. I'm telling you something right now. There's a lot of guys that have had done that to their same thing. They would show up in his kitchen. Ben would open the door and just see someone in his kitchen. Like, hey, did this to my daughter? That's the last thing he's gonna see. That's why you don't do shit like that. I don't know. Let's say you're struggling. You're trying to find work. There's something good for you. Fuck Ben. Fuck people that support abusers like Ben. There's too many good people in this world to just constantly parade this guy around. I'm sorry that you guys like fucking your friends over. That's life. If you are friends with people who work in that fandom, you might not have a nice chat with them. Why? Again, a lot of them are unemployed or laid off. Their contracts didn't get renewed, so they're just struggling to find work, and they're just parading this guy around. It's gross. Anyway, yeah, fuck Ben. Fuck everyone that supports shitty people. I'm tired. I'm not deleting this video or whatever tweets. I'm tired. There are too many shitty people in this world that should not be working here anymore. I'm done. Bye.